Rain tapped softly against the roof of the station as the streets glistened in the night. Lila closed her umbrella and stepped into the train she had taken almost every night for the past 10 years. The train was nearly empty. Only the steady rhythm of the wheels on the tracks echoed through the quiet carriage. She leaned her head against the window, watching the streetlights blur by. She knew this route by heart. But tonight, something felt different. As the train slowed, the loudspeaker crackled with an announcement she'd never heard before. Next stop, Station 97. Lila sat up straight. Station 97? She knew every station on this line. There was no Station 97. But the train stopped. The doors slid open with a quiet hiss. A pale fog crept inside the carriage. A faint bluish light glowed on the platform. She hesitated for a moment, then stepped out. The platform was silent. No passengers. No staff. Just the sound of rain hitting the ground. An old clock hung on the wall above. On a bench nearby lay a small brown envelope. In delicate handwriting it said, "For the one who got off at the wrong stop." Her fingers trembled slightly as she opened it. Inside was an old train ticket dated 3 years ago, the night her father had been in the hospital. Her breath caught. Then, from the far end of the platform, came the sound of slow footsteps. An elderly woman appeared through the mist, wearing a long gray coat. She had calm, serious eyes. She stopped beside Lila and said gently, "Everyone who steps off here has an unfinished decision. Something left unsaid. Something left undone." Lila's voice was shaky. This isn't real. I should go home." The woman smiled faintly. "The next train can take you back to your life, or back to that moment when everything changed. But only once." A flash of memory struck Lila like lightning the night she had arrived too late. The night she never said goodbye to her father. The woman handed the ticket back. "It's your choice. Some chances don't come twice." The next train arrived silently. The fog rolled in again. Inside, the carriage was completely empty. Lila's chest tightened. She stepped inside. The doors slid shut behind her. A soft, almost mechanical voice came over the speaker. "Destination, December 24th, 11:42 p.m. The exact night. The exact hour." The train began to move fast. The lights outside stretched like ribbons. It felt like time itself was pulling her backward. She closed her eyes. When she opened them, she was standing in the rain again. She recognized the street. The hospital was only a few blocks away. The clock on her phone showed 11:42 p.m. This time, she had time. Lila started running. Her shoes splashed through puddles. Her heart pounded, breath sharp against the cold air. She ran across the street, up the hospital steps, through the corridor she'd walked so many times before. She reached the door. For a second, she hesitated and then pushed it open. Her father was lying in the bed, still awake, weak but alert. When he saw her, he smiled. She rushed to his side, took his hand, and whispered, "I'm here, Dad. This time. I came early." He took a deep breath. A tear slipped from the corner of his eye. The silence between them wasn't heavy anymore. It was warm, full, alive. She didn't try to change the past. She just showed up at the moment that had always haunted her. She closed her eyes. When she opened her eyes again, she was back in the original train. Rain still fell outside the windows. The empty envelope lay on her lap. The announcement board above the door read, "Next stop, Station 88. Not Station 97. The train continued down the tracks. Lila exhaled slowly. Something inside her had shifted. The past hadn't changed, but she had.